Hey everybody, it's your host Mike Gap, and welcome to the first episode of EasyEcom.club. I'm going to be showing you the top Shopify designs and tips to integrate for your Shopify store for 2023 so you can be out bricks and crushing it every month, every single month. Okay, this is literal, 100% truthful. Everything I'm saying is going to get you a lot of results. Okay, so first things first, you got to get your website. So let's go on the website. We're going to quickly just type it in. And so furball.club. And so in this specific video here right now that I'm talking to you, we're focusing on calculated e-commerce. Okay, so calculated e-commerce means we put some effort into everything. We put effort into the domain name, into the logo, into like the banner, into the landing page, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to talk about it further on. Just before I get into that, what people usually still do that still does work is create a random Shopify store with a random like URL name. Like just, it doesn't, like none of that stuff matters for them, okay? They just need to create the store, and then once the store is done, they have a product page. And even their product page is very simple. They'll just get whatever images that they can from, let's say, AliExpress or DHgate or from Etsy or wherever they're drop shipping from, and they'll just slab it onto their store, right? They'll just slab with the bare minimum of everything. Now, this store isn't an example of that. Those stores look very, very generic and kind of just like a copy and paste from AliExpress. Like if we quickly just go to AliExpress and let's just click on this watch over here, okay? Okay, so let's just click on that. So their Shopify listing is pretty much these photos. Okay, just copied and pasted with this type of copy, which is like really bad because it's like broken English, mostly focused on specifications rather than let's say features or like enhancements or how it's going to improve your life. It's more just like, 1.36 inches, 390 by 390, shocking vision. I don't know what that means, but anyways, average Shopify store right now is just copy and pasta of their AliExpress. So that does work. I'm not saying that doesn't work. It 100% does work. It's just I feel like you're just throwing shit against the wall and just hoping for the best. And then also what I've noticed with these types of stores is that their creatives are also kind of crappy for their Facebook ads. So the good thing about like this method, in a sense of just slabbing shit against the wall and then hoping for the best, is that you just pump, next. So you put a product in, you put it into your product page, you create some crappy creatives on Facebook, and as long as there's getting views and there's clicks getting through, there's probably going to be an ROI for it. That's if it does gets the clicks and the views and, people are checking out. And if that product then checks out, then those people will then start putting effort into it. Or, you know what I'm trying to say? Then you'll go from, let's say, rushed or drop shipping basic e-commerce store to then calculated. Now, the thing that I like about calculated e-commerce store is that 8 to 9.9 out of 10 times, it always makes money. It's just more so, is it worth your time? Okay, so for me, this product, I've seen it everywhere, and pets are getting big right now, especially cats and dogs. This is a cat product, so furball.club, it's a drop shipping store or white labeling store. It's an e-commerce store that I just launched. I haven't fully launched it in a sense of pumping ads yet, but I'm just showing you what you need to create a calculated e-commerce store so that you can be raking in 6 figures a month every single month. Because I literally follow this template. For example, this other store, now it's going to be blurred out, but I'm going to eventually release it in the public later on. But this store, again, if you just look at the blurred version, it's following the same layout and it's getting insane results, okay? People are checking out and purchasing this left, right, and center. So let's go back to furball.club, which is my new drop shipping store that I'm going to be pumping ads soon. Now let's get my cheat notes out because there's a lot to talk about. So first thing in my cheat notes, I write domain name branding. So furball.club, okay? This is so easy to remember, furball.club. Now, some other people are recommending furballclub.com. That can also work too. That's totally fine. So in miscalculated e-commerce, people don't care about the domain name. I've noticed like the funniest domain names. really hard to remember in the demographics that they're targeting. So if you're targeting Americans, I'm assuming English, right? If you have interesting words that people are not used to, it's going to be hard for people to remember that name. Now, at the end of the day, for Facebook ads, it doesn't matter too much because people just click and it just takes them there. So you can have like furball, and then have a dash or hyphen, and that could work too. But like, imagine saying that to furball ball.club. That just sounds weird, okay? So I don't use hyphens or anything. Now, again, if you want to do miscalculated e-commerce, go ahead. It doesn't matter for that method, obviously. So brand name, domain name needs to be catchy. Okay, catchy. furball.club, apple.com, bestbuy.com, futureshop.com, winners.com, mcdonalds.com, coke.com or coca-cola.com. Things are just simple. It's a couple syllables. Don't make it too difficult. And then customize it for the demographics, because what people can pronounce in Germany is not the same thing in English, okay? So I've never targeted anything in Germany, but I know in the English language, the simpler it is, the better it is. So ultimately, domain name, catchy, easy, simple. furball.club. That's it. And it like represents what you're selling. We're selling a cat related product or pet related product. It makes sense, okay? Now, sometimes I notice people will have random sites kind of related to their product. It can work. I'm not saying it won't work, but I would say somehow related to the product or the genre niche of the product that you're selling for the domain name / branding. So we're done with that. The next thing is your logo, okay? Logo, don't overthink it too much, especially in the beginning for both miscalculated e-commerce and calculated e-commerce. Okay, for miscalculated e-commerce, I doubt anyone even cares for a logo. I bet they'll just write furball.club in like black text. That works all the time. Like a logo just like, in Arial text, that will work 100%. And whatever, you understand what I wrote there. So this was really simple. I got this little image, I think, from pexels.com. So pexels.com to get, images and stock photos, and then free icons to get little, again, free images and icons that you can use. Or you just have to add like a little disclaimer thing on the bottom of your site. So you can like attach this. Eventually you can then go on Upwork and like outsource and get a fully designed from scratch that you can then trademark and whatever. And you can also use AI, right? There's, I think, Lumka or something, logo maker. I forget what it's called. Yeah, Luca, right? Luca, design and brand, create your own company name. Hello Bird, because we're a bird store. And anyways, you'll go through it and it'll make a logo for you just like that. Just go through it and it's so easy. Or you just go on Upwork and you hire someone for $5 or $10, or go on Fiverr.com, okay? You got multiple options for a logo. And so put a little bit of effort into it. It's nothing too crazy. Again, free image, simple Photoshop. If you don't want to use Photoshop, you can use Photo Affinity. It's like a one-time purchase, I think $30 to $50. And then there's also online Photoshop Reddit. I made an alternative version. This one works too, Photopea Photo Editor. So multiple options, no excuses for not knowing how to use some type of like Adobe style or Photoshop style software. So free. And then I also like having a little subtitle underneath it over here. So you could add that too, or just make it your domain name or your logo and your little caricature or whatever. And so that's it for the logo. Okay, simple, cat. People can understand what our site is related to. Everything makes sense. Now, the third thing is design and aesthetics. Your site needs to look good. Okay, in North America, people like things that are at least like 7.5 out of 10. Okay, it's a 7.5/10 cleanliness, atmosphere, etc. If you can do obviously 8, 9, 10, or 12 out of 10, then great, okay? Aim at least for 7.5. What I'm trying to say is that if you create a website and it literally just looks like a copy and paste AliExpress website, okay, and you just copy and paste everything, and it just looks out of touch, out of place in terms of what North American people or wherever you're targeting sees a website. It's just gonna feel out of touch. Now I'm targeting North America here, and so the design aesthetic people can relate. One thing I've noticed with this type of template, everything consistent, all the images consistent. Not only that, when they're landing on your website, okay, 80% of people just go here for 3 seconds and they either decide to continue and give you their money, or they fuck off and they never come back again after 3 seconds. Okay, that's the reality. So you cannot have some just random crap as your banner. It's unbelievable the amount of people have a Shopify store and they'll be like, Mike, look at my store. Can you criticize it for me? I'm like, well, bro, look at the banner that you have. You have a mountain and you're trying to sell little EDC little tools. Put that at the top of your store, okay? If you don't do that, people are just going to dismiss it. They're like, well, mountains, this store sucks. You know, they didn't really get my attention. I'm going to screw off. Now, and again, you want to make sure it's optimized for both desktop, tablet, and mobile, which I do for this store. So when they land on this website, this is what they see. Some of them might see a little bit more. Some of them might see a little bit less. But more or less, this is roughly what they see on their website. And what we can know from this landing page, homepage landing page, by the way, I would rather have them just go to I would rather have my customers go directly to the product page, so this page instead. But let's just say for the homepage for now, how you're going to have it made for your product or for your general store is that you want to convey what products you're selling or the hottest product you're selling. So if it's a general product store, your hottest product should be here, and then whatever second or third. Now, if it's a one niche product store, then put as much info as you can. So it's like easy travels with your fur ball. At the same time, cat pack pet carrier. And then we got a cat like sleeping all snuggly down there. And then we also got this photo over here. And they're like, oh, cat pack pet carrier, travel, kayak, lake, person carrying. Like everything's starting to make sense. It's a backpack for cats so that you can travel the world with them. So they aren't home getting all fat and obese and going all mental because there's nothing to do at the house, okay? So please take your cats out, guys. Get one of these at furball.club, okay? So conveys the message, and let's just quickly go into, mobile and tablet mode. So let's just click on that, and boom, again, we're on tablet mode. And this is what they'll see roughly on their iPhone or whatever, their tablet phone or whatever, Android phone. So immediately, big ass motherfucking photo that shows everything they need, okay, on their phone. They're like, oh my God, easily travel with your cat and what? Put them in a car? What? Unbelievable. Cat pack pet carrier, right? And then a little bit more info on it. And then, try to remove all that fear, 12-month risk-free trial and whatever. But ultimately, the aesthetic needs to convey the message as quickly as possible. That's for the home page. And the same thing pretty much applies to the product landing page, where when they land on there, it's like, what are they seeing? So ultimately, they see this. They see backpacks and carriers. They see backpack man carrier. So they see a man carrying a cat in a backpack, okay? So the message gets conveyed in the landing page. I would try both the homepage and the landing page. Again, A/B testing, whatnot. And then on desktop, the landing page looks like this, where they're giving so much stimuli, right? They're getting that dopamine release in their brain because there's all this presentation about what this product is, what you can do with it. It's not just a backpack. Now, so this is our product page, okay? This is our landing page. And if you notice, I don't focus too much on specifications. I focus on features and why you must get it and why people love it and what you can do with it and where you can go with it and how your cat and you are going to benefit, plus testimonials, plus written reviews, plus more photos, just never ending social proof and copy and messaging, okay? Messaging and copying and beautiful design is what's key. Because if we compare it to the AliExpress version and just go on their landing page, it's not bad. It's just one, they're trying to get that SEO hit. This just looks bad in terms of like, as a customer, Because it's like cat bag, breathable, portable pet carrier bag, outdoor travel backpack for cat and dog and transparent space pet backpack, pet supplies. Right? Ridiculous. I know why they're doing it. It's CEO. It's SEO purposes. And the images are not bad. Obviously, the images are totally fine. What I don't like is they're not consistent. If you look at my images on my site, consistent, same size, same shape, right? Same everything. Everything about it is consistent on this landing page. It's aesthetically designed, okay? This AliExpress thing is a hodgepodge of just random stuff stitched together in this Frankenstein of a way of selling. And it does work. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm saying it does work, but I'm trying to say is ultimately, if you want to do calculated e-commerce and crush it and kill it and literally be shitting out gold bricks every single day, you got to do it like this, where you got to put that effort. You got to make sure your customer removes all fear and understands everything about your product, so they just check out like that. Okay, they need to just check out like that. And if they don't do that, and if they can't do that, then they won't do it. And the price, if you don't believe me, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm seeing way too many e-commerce sellers sell things for like, they'll buy it for $5 and then sell it for $10. I'm like, you have money? You don't have any money for paid ads. And if anybody wants to return something, and if someone does a chargeback or something bad happens, I don't know, something gets lost, it's like you have no room for that. So it's so hard to scale. Now I'm selling this for $150 to $250 because I'm really targeting my niche and I'm really getting my messaging down pat. Okay? People who love their cats will pay money for their cats. Okay? I know people will spend $5 to $20 a day for their cat to eat well. They will pay money for their cats. You need to target those people. And those people need to know why this product's life-changing. They don't just buy any random can of food. They read the messaging on the can of food, okay? The messaging on the can, okay? That's what makes it so important. So the pricing is really high. If you go on, I don't know, Amazon or whatever, they're selling it for significantly less than I am. On AliExpress, we got $36 that they're selling it for, which I think is a little bit high for AliExpress for some reason. But if that is in Canadian dollars, so let's just say 28 US dollars. And then let's just go on Amazon.com and write cat backpack. Now, that being said, I don't know if they have the same quality as mine. I don't know who their manufacturer is. So don't just assume that, you know, that their product is the same or whatnot. So they're selling it for $39. I swear this thing was like $25 a while ago, so the price has risen for it. The demand is crazy. Look at the freaking ratings on that. Proof is in the pudding, guys. The proof is in the pudding. Now you'll be like, well, Mike, they're selling it for $39.99. Why would they buy it from furball.club? Well, furball.club is not targeting Amazon buyers, okay? I'm not targeting people on Amazon at all. This landing page is, again, a hodgepodge of just nonsense. So much stuff. Again, look at the title. It's, again, to get that SEO purposes. Again, SEO purposes. People in North America are annoyed of that. They hate reading a blog article where it's just every other word is a stuffed word so that they can target on the first or second page of Google. Okay, we're aware of that stuff. So to target for the people that don't want to be bothered with all this hodgepodge, annoying, spammy stuff, we make a dedicated site, but for a higher price and more guarantees and warranties. Okay? And in better understanding what they're going to get. People want to be reassured what they get is what they get. Okay? They hate not getting what they get. That's the worst thing. My experience that people are having when they're shopping from Amazon and AliExpress is that 8 out of 10 times the product, something's wrong with it. And you can't really do anything about it. And that sucks. So that's why they're paying a premium. And I already know they're paying a premium. And I already know they're going to pay $149.99. Okay, we already know they're going to pay $20 for a can of cat food. And then second of all, I've been doing this for a lifetime now. I've been buying products for $5 to like $100 and then selling it for bare minimum at least $99 to $5,000. Okay, I like doing high ticket items. High ticket items just do way better. $149.99 on this, I can just directly drop ship it from Amazon and still make $100 in a way. You know, with that being said, I can import this, 3PL it, and make a juicy, even with paid ads. Let's say I pay a third in paid ads, $50. I still make a juicy $100. Imagine that. Imagine how much more profit I'm making from the Amazon dweebs, selling it for $38.99, paying all the ridiculous storing fees, paying all the ridiculous Amazon fees, Amazon PPC fees and whatever, and then they're left with like $1 and like a walnut's worth of quarters left, okay? So way more profit this way, and the proof is in the pudding. I've done it for products for $5, sell for $200, just because my messaging gets across and people understand. Okay, when people understand the product and there's no more fear and it really relates to what they're doing, they pay the money. The money is there. People pay $2,000 for their fridge. People will pay $2,000 for their stove. People will pay $5,000 for their computer. People will pay $100,000 for their car. I'm not saying there aren't people who won't. I'm just saying start thinking the higher ticket items, because it's just way easier to make way more money. That's just literally the quickest path, okay? So domain name, logo, aesthetically pleasing, and everything about this single product store website. Every page on this page over here, the FAQ, how it works, the pricing, all relates back to selling the product. They're all just basically landing pages. That's all they are, but they kind of relate to FAQ. I do answer the questions, but I also sell it to you. And then on how it works, I literally tell them what you can do with it. I literally tell them why it's so great, how it's engineered for perfection and everything. But I also sell it to them. At the very end, there's a link to go check out and buy. There's always a call to action, and there's always a selling point, but you got to do it in a friendly manner. So I really recommend going through this website and really absorbing everything. This alone is already like $10,000 worth of consulting, okay? I'm telling you straight up, this type of information is just gold. You're going to be out gold when you do this, okay? I hate when people say drop shipping is dead, or Shopify is dead, or e-commerce is dead. E-commerce is not dead, guys. Majority of the world is not even on the internet yet. It's like, it's a landmine of, it's a Mars worth of gold, okay? If you were to go on Mars and you could harvest the gold there because it was all gold, that's what it is, okay? It's a hidden tap of just untapped gold juicy nuggets. So design and aesthetics, and then let's just go back to my cheat notes because we got to get my cheat notes. And then I was talking about banner portrays products. That was back in design and aesthetics. And, we're just going to scroll down a bit. And, I try to target everything too. Explorers and travelers, animal lovers, want the best for their pets, right? Everybody. Obviously not the people who abuse their cats or don't care for their cats. That's just a stupid selling point. And then again, more selling points. Like it turns into a cool little tent. Unbelievable. And then it's super comfortable. Cats love hidden places, and cats are like, they have multi-joint. They can they're almost like an octopus in a way. They can really, really bend, and it's really cool. And you can also use it in literally in your car, secure and tight. You can literally latch it through here, which I've done multiple times, and the product works. And then more testimonials and more photos and more testimonials. And again, whoa, you can take your cat on a freaking boat on a lake. Insane. And I always try to give risk-free trials and lifetime warranties, or 5-year warranties, or 12-month warranties, or whatever. Try to give a warranty or a guarantee plus a free trial. All of that stuff really does work. And then free trials basically means you can basically borrow for $6. You still have to pay, but you can return it after 6 months, and it's totally fine. I recommend doing that. It really increases conversion rates, and average person doesn't really return stuff. A couple of people do, but in the long term, you build more trust, you create more money, and you get more repeat buyers. So all of that is a win-win-win, both for general product store and single product stores. Just add some warranty guarantee, man. If you don't add that stuff, people in North America always want that stuff. It's in every store. You go to Home Depot, you go to Costco, you go to Walmart, you go to, I don't know, whatever, a big box store, Rona, Mastercraft, I don't know, whatever. All these stores, they have guarantees and warranties. That works 100%. And then I wrote down in my notes again, I wrote about social proof and testimonials. So I already said it. Again, look at all the photos. In the beginning, you want people using your product. That's so important. People using your product, social proof right there. Product on its own, it just doesn't work as well. And I'm telling you, just buy one. Get your phone, okay? You probably have a phone. I have multiple phones, okay, throughout my lifetime. I don't throw my stuff out. These things can be used as MP3 players, can be used as cameras, can be used as, I don't know, multiple things, as computers, basically. Anyways, literally, just take your phone, start taking photos of the product, and those photos just do better, okay? These are photos that I just took. And they're just more appealing. I don't know what's with these AliExpress photos. They all looked way too edited. You know what I'm trying to say? They all been like photoshopped way too much. So people like a little bit of reality. And they want like diversity to it. They don't want the same people being shown or the same style of people being shown, etc., okay? So a person smiling and holding this is going to sell well than like all these photos of like, I can't even see the person's face. It's like clearly tells me it's like a model holding it rather than, let's say, a customer or someone who's actually used the product. You know, this isn't staged. This is a real photo of a real product that a real person's using. It's like real people, real results, guys. It's the proof is in the pudding. Okay? So social proof, so important. If you can do all this, you're going to get an ROI, you're going to get sales. I always do this and it gets sales. And then from there, I either further scale it by re-optimizing the site and making it even more pumped up in terms of more of my content. And then two, I do multiple upsells, downsells, cross-sells, product options, email sequencing, sequences, cart abandonment, more tracking, and et cetera, to increase sales and, you know, eventually add more products to this store. So now it becomes like a general pet store or a general cat pet store, and then maybe eventually branch off to a dog pet store. Or I might just sell it off on, like, let's say flippa.com for 6 figures or 7 figures if it does incredibly well. And I'm not in the mood to scale it because it's just not my thing, right? You have so many options from this point of view. Okay, I think if you do it right from the get-go, you can sell it. You can sell it really well, meaning you can easily get sales. And if you do it really well in the beginning, I immediately just see results happening. And then from there, you have so many options to scale quicker. So to conclude this video, domain name, brand name, make it catchy, make it easy to remember. The less syllables, the better. I would say .com preferably, but these days, honestly, .io, .whatever, it's fine too. As long as it's like common in the language that you're speaking or you're targeting, and make it relatable to the product, okay? 2, logo. Basically, it's your domain name / brand name with a little image and a subtitle, and just make it, again, relatable and cute and catchy, or cool and catchy, depending on the, let's say, the genre or the theme of your site or the product. And then in terms of your menu, if it's a one product niche, you want every page to relate back to selling the product. Now, if it's a general product store where you're selling random stuff or within a niche, you want your like highest selling product like over here, and then let's say your categories or your collections, and then whatever else that you have that could possibly be a selling point, okay? And then in terms of design aesthetic, keep things consistent, same ratios for your images, make the copy, make the messaging understandable, get everything through, remove all fear, as much social proof, as much info as you can, as you can, that a 5-year-old can understand it, okay? Do the Eli 5, okay? Explain it like I'm 5 to a 42-year-old man on why they need to blow $150 on their cat. That's your mission, or $200 on your cat, or $500, or $2,000, depending on the product and what it is, okay? So it just doesn't end to an extent, right? I got a couple pages of social proof. And then on mobile, it's even longer just because, the mobile is just smaller. And then you want to optimize it both for mobile and desktop because you just see different things, okay? So that's pretty much it for a niche or general store. You're going to get great results like this. And we're going to see within I'm going to pump ads for this for 30 days straight, just $5 a day on Facebook just to see what happens. Because a lot of people are dismissing Facebook ads for 2022 saying, Zuck f***ed himself. No, Mark Zuckerberg is making so much money that he doesn't even care about making money. He's making his own freaking metaverse, okay? Facebook is going nowhere. Facebook is here to stay. Facebook is making even more money. They're just doing some crazy R&D stuff. Mark Zuckerberg is Mark Zuckerberg. What are you going to do with him? But literally, not even with $5 a day, you can literally get away with $1 a day just to start building the AI behind Facebook's ads. They're going to start figuring out who to target. And two, you're going to start getting people just coming to your store. You can possibly integrate an email pop-up opt-in somewhere in the store or use the checkout. Sometimes they write in the checkout their emails, and then you can then send out email sequences that are targeted to them when they write down their email over here, okay? Usually Shopify or something has some type of integration like that. So that's that. Now, just a quick tip for all the people that watch throughout the whole video, because I know the people who watch throughout the whole video are the winners, okay? The people who only watch 30 or 60 seconds don't get too far in life, but that's the reality of it. If you notice, I'm actually not using Shopify. The platform doesn't matter. I call this my 7-figure ecom software package just because it's crazy on what you can do. It's insane. This is my basic store. So every basic store comes with like this type of software that can 75% to like 80% customize your pretty much every page to an extent. Way more than Shopify can. And so you can build amazing landing pages like this for just a couple bucks a month, every month for, let's just say, hosting or whatever. Now, if you're interested in a software like this, by the way, the software itself is not just a couple bucks a month, but if you were to compare to Shopify and buy Shopify, for 12 months times, $25 a month, that's already $250 plus just for 1 year. So this is a lifetime access, by the way, and it's of significant value of what you get. So if you're interested in this, check out the links down below where you get access to a software that creates killer e-com stores. So just look at how fast this is. Like if we just open up a new private window and go to furball.club, boom, you just saw that within a second it loaded up. And this is on desktop. And if we just click on this, it goes to the landing within less than a second. Guys, that stuff matters too. A lot of people don't like to think about the technologies and they're so sucking Shopify's teats because they think Shopify is the end all and be all. Trust me, guys, as a person who's done 7 figures in Shopify, I've left Shopify, not completely, I still use Shopify to an extent. But to really optimize my stores and to really crush it and to get that 6 figures easier, like 10 times to 100 times easier, then I would rather use my build than what Shopify is, just because it's so difficult to build faster, quicker, more optimized, and more plugins and more features for your store. So anyways, we add the item to cart and then boom, we're on the cart page. And then the checkout page is what I hate so much about Shopify, is that checkout page, regardless if you get Shopify Plus, you just saw how fast that was. I couldn't even finish my sentence. How fast the checkout page just loaded. Shopify is always 3 seconds. Like, let's just go on this Shopify store that I built. We'll talk about the Shopify store later on. And add to cart. So add to cart. That was quick. Yeah, not hating on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it even counted late. 5, 6. I swear to God, that was like 6 seconds. That was 6 seconds on a store that has no apps on it. No apps. No apps on it, guys. There's no apps. The images are optimized and it's WebP. So they're like 5-10 kilobytes. I have no clue what the fuck Shopify is doing and why it's not slow. I'm not going to say that it's slow. but it's not incredibly ridiculous, hyper optimized, super duper f***ing fast that you want so that you can get those insane f***ing results that I'm f***ing getting by having my 7-figure e-com software package. Okay. Sorry, I am very passionate about e-commerce, and I've done 7 figures through Shopify, and I've done 7 figures now through my own builds. And I've tried multiple different other softwares too, Wix and whatever. And it's just insane what I can do nowadays. So if you're interested in something like this, check out the links down below. The links might not be ready yet. So if the links are not ready, join the Facebook group, message me, because I created a whole new Facebook group just so we can go get this started, or message in the comments down below, guys. So this was your boy, Mike Gap from Easy Ecom Club, where I teach 7-figure e-commerce, okay? Real deal, juicy making, money making, printing machine. Wanting to actually know how to sell and get really good results, then stay tuned, subscribe, hit that freaking smash button so that we can get this video viral, and just chill out and take some action. Take some action. I know you got to take an hour or 2 hours of your day from working 8 hours already, but if you take some action, you can get some insane results and start getting that $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and that itself is already life-changing. And with $5K a month, okay, you're already like ready to start scaling. That's the insanity of it, if you're making that much money. So I hope everyone that's watching is making that much money, or is going to be making that much money. And so stay tuned. Peace and love to everybody. And hopefully no COVID this year, guys. No COVID this year. Knock on wood. Boom, boom, boom.